The ILC2021 was especially designed as a program to focus on the peaceful unification of Korean Peninsula.
Today, I would like to talk about the Japan-Korea Undersea Tunnel project. This project will connect Kyushu, Japan and Busan, South Korea by constructing the undersea tunnel over 230 kilometers in length.
The important point about this is to find what can be done in the light of the experience with the building of an international tunnel, the Channel Tunnel.
Marmaray Project is the most prestigious project of Turkey connecting Asia and Europe. But at the same time, it provides continuous railway from Peking to London.
It is precisely from the constant commitment of associations such as the Universal Peace Federation that a decisive contribution can be given to strengthening a spirit of collaboration between the two Koreas.
The Korean Peninsula certainly is situated in the very epicenter of world politics.
Why the European Union should maybe pay more attention to every opportunity to have a positive involvement there.
Working together on the Korean Peninsula issue would open certain gates in the stalemate that we have currently in the relations between the EU as a whole and the Russian Federation, between several EU member states and the Russian Federation. I think that makes a lot of sense.
An ASEAN-Helsinki process might be able to agree on measures to develop the North Korean economy and in a longer perspective guide its way into the larger international community.
Europeans to promote North Korean society to become a more modern society, which is can integrate in the modern political, economic realities of the current world.
We need vision of peace and justice for all, but also instruments of practical solidarity between two parts of divided Korea.
I am very concerned as somebody who is originally Irish and who also comes from a divided country about the current division of Korea, which concerns me a great deal.
And here I'm appealing to something called intergenerational dialogue, since the views of those who are older and who still have memories of unified island and those who grew up in a divided environment may differ, and this needs to be considered in the process.
We should never underestimate the capacity for change from within, which often goes undetected by external observers.
These issues are never going to be resolved by one superpower or another. They are going to be resolved because all of the countries of the globe come together to make sure it happens.
Век интернета, век технологий. Конечно, нужно людям, живущим в Северной Корее, представить эти возможности.
I believe that IMAP can make such a difference, and that's why we have such a strong desire, as I close, to encourage news media to shine the light on dialogue.
By promoting more constructive journalism, saying the truth but minimize the harm.
I'm just wondering if it's possible for the Global Times and the Washington Times to write a joint editorial that would look at the future of the Korean Peninsula and the world order.
I could imagine that in Korean Peninsula, the women should be included and could be included in the process. A meeting place for women to discuss is an excellent idea.
Now we have many women in parliament, and I think the role is essential.
Надеюсь, что культура будет тем мостом, который можно перекинуть через границу. Общность языка, общность истории, общность традиций, семейных традиций, общинных традиций – это то, что может объединять эти два государства, один народ.
So if we target more technically from the expertise from gender or from women's experts, I think we can soften the issues so that there is a higher likelihood for North Korea and South Korea to be able to sit down together to talk.
You will feel how the people in both nations were full of hope
for the possibility of a reunification built on a common culture and historical ground.
So North Koreans are really intelligent people. They want to learn, they are interested in reunification, and they are very friendly.
I do think there is some important lessons that could be learned from the European experience.
First to do is to have the connections between the citizens and to open the borders, to help families to reunite and to have this done.
DPR, North Korea, they have no intention to start a war with the United States. And they want to develop the state-to-state relations with the United States.
I would suggest that as soon as we want to build Northeast Asian economic community, the first step should be for all the participant member states of Northeast Asia to try to develop a set of principles.
What really matters are not the models or the systems. It is something intangible, a genuine reciprocal understanding, a mutual respect, and the ability to see in the other not the devil, but the little part of God.